Hello and welcome back to this video blog, which is my way of keeping in touch with local people about local issues here in East Renfrewshire and beyond. If I look a wee bit kind of tired today, I've just come back from playing a football match, kind of celebrity football match, which one of the players playing against was Kenny Dalglish, and I thought he'd have slowed down a bit, but what still a remarkable talent. So I spent 90 minutes chasing Kenny Dalglish over a football pitch, and the entire other team was made up of former professional footballers and SFA coaches, so that's a pretty tiring event. Got to get my energy together for this evening. Douglas Alexander, the Secretary of State for International Development, is coming to East Renfrewshire to be at Newton Men's Baptist Church to talk about just what are we doing to get the poorest people in nations through this global recession, because while we're doing an awful lot to support people in Scotland and the UK to get through the recession, and we want to do more, it is important that we don't turn our back on those people who are in a dreadful financial position even before the recession, and that's tens of millions of people in some of the poorest nations across the globe. So I think that's going to be a really important event, and I think there are quite a lot of folk along to that. As we look ahead to the rest of the week, I think one of the more interesting things I'm doing later in the week is that we're introducing new whisky regulations. Now, some of you know I'm not a drinker, in fact I'm teetotal. But one of the great things about Scotland, even during a recession, is we have some real natural advantages, and one of which is our food and drink industry. So we will introduce new laws, and we'll get more details out later in the week, about how we can protect the kind of label, renown and name of whisky, so that we do that here at home and internationally, and I'll be working with the Scottish Whisky Association just to do that. Beyond that, we're back to London this week for a cabinet meeting. But Wednesday's a big day because the moderator of the Church of Scotland comes to London for the annual visit. I'll do a reading at the church service in the House of Commons and have lunch with the moderator. That's a very special day, and I'm looking forward to having the honour of doing that reading at the in St Mary's Undercroft Church in the House of Commons in the Palace of Westminster. The big event, of course, over the past week has been the Queen's speech, a very Scottish Queen's speech with 10 new pieces of legislation, 8 applying fuller in part to Scotland, so it's kind of very important to Scotland, new measures to support energy industry, information technology, the digital industry and much else besides, and also proposals to take forward the Calman Commission on further devolution for the Scottish Parliament. So it's a really kind of radical set of measures, and some politicians in the media have said, well, how much of it will get passed? We're going to try and get all of it passed, but ultimately, as a Conservative Party and Scottish National Party, stand in the way of progress, and it would be difficult. But it is the type of measures that Scotland needs. These are the type of measures that Scotland does need to modernise our industry and get us out of recession and into recovery in a fair way so that no one is left behind. As usual, let me know what you think by email or blog, get in touch, and I'll be happy to respond. Thanks.